Hey guys, RPM here. Hope you're doing well, having a really great day. This video, I am in my kitchen where it is pretty cold. And so it's 64 Fahrenheit here, and or about, for my non-American friends, 18 degrees Celsius. So you probably know where this video is going. It's actually very cold throughout my whole house, and it's pretty much wintertime here in Canada, so I need to load up on heaters, crypto mining heaters around the whole house. I got a Goldshell LT Lite here, which is running in like my TV room here, and also one of these Avalon Nano 3s. And so it's been okay, you know, heating up my room here in the living room kind of, but it's not enough. Next, I do have one of these Goldshell SC lights. I believe this mine's Siacoin, and it's pumping out a decent amount of heat, but the temperature in this room is only 67 Fahrenheit still, and or 19, almost 20 degrees Celsius. So it's still cold though, only in this area where it's warm. This room here, some of you guys may remember when I renovated, really, I don't really have much stuff here, but during the nighttime when it gets much colder outside, it sometimes gets down to like 14 or 13 Fahrenheit. So yeah, it's 19 now during the day, but nighttime it gets pretty cold. Okay, so this room here, it is extremely cold. I don't have a thermometer here, but it feels like it's like 10 degrees Celsius or like 50 Fahrenheit or something like that. But I do have one of these gas fireplaces, but it does take a decent amount of money using gas, so I just thought I'd show this. So in this room though, I do have a GPU mining rig. I do have an Avalon Nano 3 here, which I think is dead. It's been unplugged for a while. I think it's because of the adapter I'm using. I'm going to talk about that in another video. I know a lot of people have been having issues with the power supplies, but I do have this 6x3070 Ti mining rig here. So I'm going to plug this in, and I do have a dedicated 120 volt 20 amp circuit. Okay, and then I do have a 120 volt 15 amp circuit there. So two circuits here, which I can hopefully at least plug in two different mining rigs here, but I got to be cognizant of how much power I'm going to be plugging in around the house, because I do have a lot of mining downstairs, as you all know. So let's just turn this on. Make sure this thing doesn't go on fire. I know a lot of these fans are broken. Definitely that might be an issue, but it's extremely cool in here. Yeah, look at this. This fan does not move at all. Yeah, I've been meaning to fix that, but I've just been very, very lazy about fixing this rig. Oh, it does have a Ryzen CPU for CPU mining as well. Okay, so don't know what this is mining in Hive OS, but anyways, it's gonna be one of my heaters for my house here. Going to bring this down, and gotta find a different power supply for that. So in one of my bedrooms here, we do have one of these oil-based heaters, and this is actually for my wife and I. You know, she doesn't like having a mining rig in the room because those little ASIC miners, like either Goldshell or whatever, they still have a little bit of fan noises. So really, this is the only non-crypto mining piece of miner in the house that's running as a heater. And at least we are not using these, you know, baseboard heaters anymore, right? I predominantly use, you know, crypto miners to heat the house instead of baseboard heaters. So I have a number of heaters that I could use. I am in my basement now, so I was thinking, but it's probably not going to happen. I have a bunch of these essentially PCs that they just have a singular, you know, GPU and a decent CPU for either mining, right? But I have these actually for something called Salad, which I'm basically renting out my GPU. So I could, in theory, use these things, but I would need to buy some type of Wi-Fi adapter. You know, not a lot of these that I have, actually have more down at the bottom over here. Okay, I have a whole bunch over here that I could add a Wi-Fi card to these. Now, I don't know if Salad would be okay to have on Wi-Fi. Since these are being used for some type of AI workload, they need to be wired. So I think these are gonna be out of the question that I'm gonna bring these upstairs to use as some type of heater. Now, I got a bunch of KS0 Pros and KS0 Ultras. Am I gonna use these for heaters? I think they're generally okay. Is it gonna heat up a whole room if I use one? Definitely not. But a drawback I have with these for me is I don't have, you know, Ethernet connections everywhere. So that hinders me. I would like to only put miners that have only power and then they have Wi-Fi in them. So perfect one I could use is one of these Jasminer X16Qs. All right, this has Wi-Fi, and all it needs is just power. I can use 120 volt power on this thing and it would be fine. I think this thing is like 700 or 600 watts or so. So this would be a great option. Then I have one of these Goldshell DG1Ms, okay, E-DG1Ms. I believe this is their new Echo series miners where they're meant for home mining, quiet and such. So this one has Wi-Fi. But one drawback is, or it's not really a drawback, there are two power modes on this thing. One is normal hash rate mode, which I think does 1800 watts at like 3.2 gigahash mining script, right, for Dogecoin, Litecoin. Then there's low power mode on this thing, and I think it brings it down to like 1100 or 1200 watts. So I do have 20 amp circuits, 120 volt upstairs. I could run 1800 watts, no problem on those, but on like 15 amp circuits, I can only do probably low power mode on this guy. So this is an option. Okay, I got a Jasminer X4Q. I believe, yeah, this one is low wattage as well. I think at most 400 watts. So this would be a good heater, but I don't think this one doesn't have Wi-Fi, so this one's out. Next, I got another Echo Series Goldshell I think this is the KA1M, the Kaspa one. And yes, this one has Wi-Fi, but I think same thing, this thing can take 1800 watts. So you know what, I may take this one upstairs to plug in one of my rooms just to use as a heater. Okay, and then I got a lot of other potential heaters I could use. A few of these Goldshell mini doges. So this is gonna be one that I will probably take upstairs because all it needs is just power, and it does have Wi-Fi. So that would be great. This would be great as a heater. I'll probably need like at least two of these though in a singular room. And then I have a bunch of AL boxes and KA boxes and KD boxes, all that kind of stuff that I could place as well. I have a few Bombax units, but these don't have Wi-Fi. They're only Ethernet, which sucks. So these are gonna be out of the question. But I think my best bet is gonna be these guys. I can easily just turn them off, take out the power cable, bring them upstairs, and be done with it. Now, I just want to talk about, you know, for people that may be looking into buying these things, and I'm not recommending anyone buy these little miners because you're not gonna really make a lot, okay? These miners are really for those tended towards who have maybe free power and, you know, want heat, or need a little heater in their room or something like that. That is really the like value propositions with all these types of like mini miners from like Iceriver or, you know, Goldshell, you know, their AL box and all that kind of stuff. You're not gonna make life-changing money from these things, okay? So that's my like disclaimer for these things. I know it's like I'm talking about heaters or like little crypto miners, but you're really not gonna be making a lot of money on these things unless the coin decides to like 10x or something. And, you know, Kaspa has that potential, sure. Does Alephium have that potential? Sure, maybe. Is that gonna happen? I don't know. Anyways, I know a lot of people who have these types of miners bought them simply because they're using them as heaters. Now, the KS2 Lite, I know this is one some people have bought and are waiting for. I believe Iceriver is going to ship out their batch pretty soon. Again, if anyone's looking for miners, check out Crypto Miner Bros. I have a $70 off coupon, so this $649 would be $579 all in pricing, okay, to your door. So link down below if anyone's interested in any miners, $70 off. But the KS2 Lite, I believe it does have Wi-Fi. I did confirm with Iceriver, but they said it's not configured yet or not enabled, or they're going to have a firmware update to enable it. So that's kind of one drawback. I don't know if Iceriver is going to have Wi-Fi enabled on these, you know, their Lite version miners, and they also have the AL2 Lite as well. Okay, so I don't know, which is $1,500, which it's very steep for that miner. But for anyone else looking for just miners as heaters, I mean, like looking at the DG1M 1800 watt one, it's $2149 for this model, but to be honest, there's a better one. It's the AlphaPex DG1 Home, which is $1609 right now. I do have a $70 off coupon, but this one, in my opinion, is going to be the better buy. Of course, though, it won't be shipping out until, I think, end of November. So it's still like a month or two away if anyone pre-orders this one. But this one is just a lot more efficient and takes a lot less power than the Goldshell E-GG1M, which I showed you guys earlier. So there's a lot of little miners out there that people buy. like the mini doges. But I don't think that one's worth $1,000. I'd rather buy, you know, extra 500 bucks and get the DG1 home. So I think right now, as like the best heater that's out there right now, or by the time you get it in the next month or two, I guess that'll be perfect for wintertime, is going to be the AlphaPex DG1 home. Now, again, it's only 2.1 gigahash, which really isn't much. You're not going to be making a lot of money on this thing, maybe a buck or two. I know the market seems to be going up right now, so if Dogecoin or any other merge mine coin, like, you know, Dogecoin or Lucky Coin or any other merge mineable coin that's out there along with Litecoin, is any of those going to pump, and also is that going to increase the profitability? There's a potential on that, and so it may be the best time now to buy these types of miners if the market's going up. And as of recording, Bitcoin was it was 73,000 maybe an hour or two before I was recording this video, but now it's 72,339. Bitcoin is going up, and also Dogecoin is going up as well, 10% today, 17 cents per Doge. So I wonder if we are still, if we're going to be climbing up here in the crypto markets, are ASIC miners like these little, you know, these little tiny ones, are they going to start going up in price as well? So it might be our last chance to buy these little heaters, if for anyone that wants heaters in their house instead of using, you know, baseboard heaters or anything like that. Okay guys, I think that's it for this video. That's all I wanted to do. Let me know your thoughts, and let me know if you guys are using, you know, these things around your house, you know, or you know, PCs that are doing AI or whatever type of hardware you're using. Let me know down below what you guys are using as heaters. Okay, so I'll see you all on the next one. Have a good one. Peace out. Peace out.